ñin sen ay ñin non lonne ko docteur makamo ñin toñin o filitale.
But I am sure that we would hear very good testimony.
Bara jikita ñin ko mbe sedande kendo soto la jan.
We are calling you here to testify today about April 16, 2016.
Ngal kumando men dalilo men na jam wala ko kula le serandiro di ko la men ya lon ko keta April karo 2016 sang kon.
What happened at Usainu Dabo's house?
Men keta muna keta Usainu Dabo la suwo kono.
And how those events unfolded.
Anu ko ni menu tamata je keta nyaadi de tamata nyaadi de.
Leading to your arrest and detention.
Men na sababu ina e global kan yal muta yal sindi dulakili.
Your eventual trial.
Andun ko nya labon ina tan al kamba kiti wala kal kitindi.
Conviction.
Yal soron.
And subsequent release.
Andu ina tan al bula fana.
At the end of your testimony.
Allah sedan do nyim bandularo.
The chairman may give you the opportunity to say a few words.
Sedan ko kiyama no nying asikeno abesilo di Allah pour ning atrale kuma soro albela fa kala kuma da soro menna aliyafo.
Thank you very much. Do you understand?
Alni marabake silang commission bal nyinin kala fo aliyafa am la ba mem fota ba.
Yes, we've had it.
Ismaila?
Ismaila do.
Yeah, moy.
Ismaila ya moy.
Yes.
If you don't understand a question, please ask me to repeat it.
Nyinin karo nyinin kar ninga rayal nyinin karo me alon ko alma fa alsa nyinin ka ku kuru nyinin karo nyi ya sein kan.
Thank you very much. You have just sworn an oath to speak the truth.
Ande ngale kalota la ndun ko albeto nyale fola.
It's a criminal offense under the laws of this country to lie on the oath.
Andu nyimu luwa tinyal ti nyimbanko luwa tinyal mpuruka kuma fo soto balo me alon ko amanke aman soto mala mene ye kalota.
You understand?
Aliya faham.
Yes, we understand.
Okay, so I'll start with you, Ismaila.
Mbada mutala itela Ismaila Sise.
What are your full names?
Itoni kondongo bedo.
Ismaila Sise. My name is Ismaila Sise.
Where do you live?
Desa batere mindole.
Burfoot. I'm staying at Burfoot.
And what do you do?
Ay kamune ke ka dogo ke munela, ay kamune dogo ke balu men.
Dai sain ke ba tan ka seno sain ngam ponyola mukadu. As an elderly man, my profession was farming, but now I am old, I cannot do anything. I've stopped everything now.
And Yaya Jame?
Yaya Jame do.
What are your full names?
Itoni kondongo do.
Yaya Jame, Jara Tonya Taba.
My name is Yaya Jame from Jara Tonya Taba. But I'm presently resident at Talinding Kunjang.
What do you do?
Yaya Jame, ite kamune ke balu munela.
I am a driver. Yes.
Yaya, you remember on the 16th of April 2016?
Yaya, hakilo si murno koma April karoti Tiltani woro 2016 sang kono ba.
Where were you in the morning?
Wolungo ebe min dole num so mandala.
I was at home in the morning, but I was called and informed that there is a meeting at Usainu Dabo's compound.
Were you told what time the meeting was to take place?
For in the meeting when Abdabe Mutala Montro what you malaba.
No, they didn't tell me that.
What did you do with that information?
Brio Kibaro in Soto, Inara Muneke.
I also got ready and I went to the venue.
What time did you get there?
For the Dingirani to Montro what you ma?
No, ako ifutaka je wati juma Montro wati juma
Dingirani to.
Around 4-5 miles.
I arrived at the venue around 4 to 5
p.m., right?
Kuraro for Somanda.
Kuraro.
In the evening.
But Ismaila, how about you? On the morning of 16 April 2016, where were you?
Ismaila April karo tiltang ani woro 2016 sango ite benum mintole. Somandala.
Yeah. I was at home.
And what did you do for the rest of the day?
Ulungo nyitilo nyalo ngobe yemuneke.
Nda janne nga wude moyen telephone na bunko
Yeah, I was at home in my house, but before I even went out, somebody called me through my mobile phone, but we were unable to talk because I had only one cell left in my battery, and the mobile phone went off, and we were unable to hear from each other again.
But did you hear anything that the person said?
He started telling me something, but it was not clear to me what he was saying, and my mobile went off.
And then?
After the mobile went off, I went out. I met with somebody outside who came to inform me that, well, I should go and answer at Useinu's compound.
Who is that person?
That person, we were at the same place, but his name is Bakai Jite.
And what did you do with that information? When you heard that, what did you decide to do?
I realized that Useinu is an elderly person, a respected person. So when he calls, then it's necessary. Then I decided to go and answer to his call.
And what time did you get there?
According to my understanding, it was before 10 o'clock.
In the morning or in the evening?
What I remember was it was in the morning.
So when you got to Useinu's house, what did you find there?
I found people attending a meeting.
And what was the meeting about?
Solo Sunday, Sulata Walla, Akendo, Walla, Abedauda, Sulata Walla.
What I had being said at the meeting was that Solo Sandeng is somebody that we need. Whether he is dead or alive, we need to get him.
How many people were in that meeting?
I cannot give the amount of people there at that moment.
Up to 100 or more?
Many people were gathered there. This is why I cannot give the amount.
Who do you remember to have been present?
There were many people there, and I don't know all of these people.
I mean, who do you remember?
Ite menu sute ko karlo nyindi ye menu jebenu lato ji
da kilo memuta wala mo yende ko time mu jamabe dundi nyoko no hakilo be lori museni da.
At that moment there were many people and we were mingling about, but my only attention was on Useinu Dabo.
Were you there till after lunch?
That raje fo before kontong besiri ne nata e mol aris.
We were there, and even before lunch, they came and arrested us.
Did the group go out before you were arrested?
Ndanga ka voje la kirimbaso kumatan de gaso fight.
What I remember was that we were just there gathered, then all of a sudden there was commotion within the people. Then somebody decided to release a gas on us.
Was there any point in time when you lost sight of Hussein?
Fobo wati bijele wato me yalonko ite nyawa imanku senu je molu kono nya fotala.
ato men nantanya fota wusenda birim ma kankumata wotumu paral ni la moto onata.
The time I missed to see Hussein was that when this commotion started, that was the time when the paramilitary officers arrived with their people.
Where did you see him?
Ya jamin dole.
Bersiyad ni wusenda kordate.
Between Africell and his compound.
Ismaila.
We are taking it step by step.
Mbata kan simfala.
You were at Hussein's house in the morning.
Itarta nung Husainu la korda kono somanda.
You were there while people were discussing what to do.
Itarta nunje tambo men na molbe kachakang mune be elbina mune kela membe kela.
Was there any point in time when you and the group left the house to go outside?
Fo Allah taro wicho nyingon Husainu la korda kono fu wati na na soto na ba itano kafo mul kal findi Husainu la korda kono ka findi bantaba.
Le bantala.
Yes, we were outside the compound.
Was there any point the group went all the way towards Africell?
Fo Allah taro wicho nyingon kafo nying fu wati na soto na banka findi ala korda kono kata ke ngotiling Africell la fanala ba ma fa wala ba.
Be silo la kametaka.
Yes, we took up the way and headed towards that area.
Do you recall what time you left Hussein's house to go that direction towards Africell?
Fo e hakilo sa mutano montoro wati jumalem al findi da Husainu la korda kono kal ngotiling Africell la korda to ma fa wala.
What time on time on?
No, I don't know that time.
So Yaya Jammeh,
Silan Yaya Jammeh.
you told the commission that you arrived at Hussein's house at around 4 going to 5.
Yenyim fo commission way ko ite futata Husainu la korda kono kata talan nani kata talal lulu kam.
Can you tell us what you found when you arrived there?
Silan fo isa fo no hanka bi commission way biri futata je dingira nyi do la korda to yemune taraje membe keri nunje.
When I arrived at the compound, I found people sitting around. We were there with journalists. They said that he called for a press conference in the compound.
Who called a press conference?
Male nyen kibar bengo kumandi.
They said Hussein.
Husainu who?
Seenu Juma.
Hussein Odab.
Ende.
Because journalists were there. Journalists were there. Kemesen Jammeh was there, plus Lamin Diba and others, plus journalists. There were many supporters, including Dembo by Force Bojang. Udanyang was also there.
So,
They were all there, and there were a lot of people at that time.
And did a press conference take place?
Fo kibar bengo nyingo nara na kela ba.
huh?
Kibar bengo nyingo nara na kela ba. Kibar tala lo bengo nyingo nara na kela ba. Bengo nyingo kela.
And ako fo bengo nyin nata kele bandia mulalu dia mutale bengo nyin dalilo ka. No, they didn't say anything. It was only Hussein who spoke in English, Mandinka, and Wolof.
Do you recall what he said?
E hakilo sa murano ay mem fo jeto ba bendular. E hakilo sa murano ay mem fo bendula nyito mitin dular ay mem fo je.
I cannot speak English, but he kwadi amuta Mandinka account in Suru account. What he said in Mandinka was that we are all one big family. Let's try to unite and take care of each other so that the party will be able to grow up in strength.
Did he say anything about the reason why you were gathered there?
Fo aya fale na dalilo me ya sabu albenta jebang.
No.
Did you hear him say anything about Solo Sunday?
Fo ya moela ba kuma fo bang kasuji ni solo la kola bang. Fo ya moela kuma fo solo la kola ba Solo Sunday.
Parce que la masalo ka la kula da pulka janja da do da solo la dinne wol bota ne nyunkungo.
Well, what happened there was after the meeting, after he spoke, then we decided to perform the last prayers before dispersing. But immediately after we completed these last prayers, that was the time when Solo's family members came in running and crying.
And did they say anything when they arrived?
Bring allow dingo ngol fura solo la dingo fura da fo kuma sota da ba yemen fo ba.
Ko nyene kay fay wushene kay ko fa fata.
Well, they were throwing themselves on top of Usenu, crying and saying that their father has been killed. That was the time when people got up and said that we should go for a demonstration.
Did they say how the demonstration was going to take place?
For ya for ba obalam baya nyinding abetama la nyadi da ba kela nyadi de.
Demonstration no. Aboli afala ko malla speakata mamba no safe bangola luwa sambo dinansi demonstration no keno.
He said without taking a loudspeaker or writing banners, but the law has allowed them to go out and demonstrate.
Did he say how it was to be done?
How you
were to organize yourselves?
No. He just got up after he spoke and we decided to take up the main way and go, main road and go.
Did he say anything about who was to be in front or what position others were to take?
Aya fali enda bang jumale betar la nyaado waranto ni mokar betar la ni palas ni dingira do do betar la janka fayo fola o sifal
to la ta tambendi kala kala mo ko nya don ko
as far as
shale ni keme san la min dibayo.
As far as he is the party leader, we allowed him to lead us himself. Modusane, Lamindiba and Kemeseng, they were ahead of us, they led us.
Ismaila, when the group was about to leave Huseinus home to go towards Africell, did you join the group?
Ismaila birin kafoni natana nyingani yoda puruka findi usenu la korda nyinkono fo ida fon kunno e kafuta kafoni malaba
ni beta kan bar birin tata metan tellota.
I was going along with them initially, but after taking some distance I decided to stand.
Do you recall who led the group?
Fo hakilo sa murano jumale kafoni nyaton kayaba
Sen lebe nyato.
Sen was in front.
At what point did you stop?
Ite natana lo ta wicho nyingo neta natana lo watu jumala watu mene bitaka
Watu me montalo kola de barbin tata meta delota.
I cannot remember the time exactly when I stopped, but after we left we walked for a distance, then after some time I decided to stop.
Do you recall at which place you stopped?
o hakilo sa murano dingira jumaldum ilota damen
Lota da me mapa Africell ye busen la korda mapa doman.
The place where I stopped is just a little bit nearer to Useinu's compound than the distance between his compound and Africell.
Kilo bulubakaro.
On the right hand side of the road, of the main road.
At the point that you stopped, did anything happen?
mbo mena ite tata fo ilota fo kuso tata la menketa ba
Apara la jeni motonata.
I saw paramilitary officers, they came with a truck.
Yeah.
yeah
The group decided to leave Huseinu's house and you followed.
fo na na nying bango soto kam bango soto pour ka findi usenu la korda kono ibulate no
Which finda Usenia?
ka fo nyi na na nying ngani soto pour ka findi usenu la korda kono itan ibulate no
Bulate no makai.
Yes, I went with them.
Where were you in the group?
ite be ka fo nyi dingira fanna jumalto
Middle, back.
tema fo ba koma
Dulu finda na Usena korda kono bulate no ma bida fo official.
Foi be tema le ban foi be koma
le fo nyato fo kom. Ibe ka fo tema le wotumo fo koma fo nyato.
Ale ba koma la de.
Yes, I was. There was a lot of people, so I was at the back of the group.
And then what happened?
Yeah.
Huh?
Proceed.
Tenteng ako tenteng kapo oto.
Ndokoma barbirin para nada.
I was behind. Until mem follow nata wala muruta. Yes. When we were marching, when we left and started marching, we went up to a distance. Then we saw a truck approaching with paramilitary forces. La moy domandi mbasa atakal yemem fonka wala kanasori. Yo mbatu ningambandi sitenteng.
Okay.
So when we were walking, the first vehicle that approached us didn't stop. It just turned and went back. Then again, a little bit later, another truck approached, followed by another. When they reached us, they didn't ask anybody.
So
when the second truck also approached, at that time there was no compromise. When they alighted from their vehicle in a rush, they fell upon people, beating people. In fact, some of them were firing in the air, and they were bundling people and throwing them inside their trucks.
What were they firing in the air?
Kamune fay ila ukidoldo. Kamune fay.
Mol.
Ekamol le boom foi ka kidol fay sandu.
Kamol le boom fonkola ni ila ni fole kidi fole ni.
They were firing at people with rubber bullets.
So mol janjanta.
So this is what caused the chaos. People decided to disperse.
Another avance.
And some people decided to volunteer and go and check on Usainu, whether he was hurt or whatever they wanted to know, because there was total chaos at that time.
Okay, Ismaila, you decided to stop as at that point you saw the paras approach, correct?
It is not ngani osodo puru kalo koma. Tembo mena yenyi paral je do ibinaka.
Nga paral je moto follow nyi ko moto follow murunta wala moto follow moto fulanjang nata. Ndama hakilo man tarawo do ndenga paral jele dunu kidol be fayla after nata je gaso fay.
Well, what I can say is that I didn't even keep my mind on whether the first truck went back or came or whatever. But I realized that when another truck joined the first one, that was the time when these people fell on the group. They were firing guns and they were hitting people left and right.
And then they threw tear gas.
And they threw tear gas, yes.
What did you do when that happened?
Denara na munege biri wakata Ismaila.
Biri gaso fay gaso funjalo sele tantela ngaje ko pareta mbatandi la ni mbe dame mapa nga dula jube pour kata ratata ndema nga bitikiti doje we womu mobile wa flat sa intilinta gela pour kadum parandin do tambita nyata kuduta nyata ka wuri kanga intali tamangi simeso ka jenge nyata wo mobile ti wala biti kwa yo damfu adunta wo kam anim boro fundi dande dunta wo kam ko en so jodo mani ngambi.
After these people fired this tear gas, the gas got to me and it started troubling me because it went in my nose and eyes. So that was the time when I looked around. Then I saw a shop nearby, somebody who was selling mobile phones. Then I decided to approach him. By the time I was close to his door, a young para approached me and started shouting on me. Then I stopped and told him that, you look, I have no business with you. Leave me alone. Then he rushed inside the shop and he kicked the door before going in. So, but when he went in, at the same time, he came rushing out again. Then I went into the shop and I asked the man to offer me some water, which I needed at the time.
And what happened after that?
After that, I left that area. So I went back towards Husainu's compound until I reached his compound gate. That time there was a big log which was placed at the gate of the compound, near the gate where people sit. That's where I sat. I sat on that log.
Okay, okay. Yeah. I will come back to you, Ismail.
Jambi.
You said at that point, when the para started hitting people and firing tear gas or rubber bullets, you and other people decided to go into the front in order to see what, if anything, was happening to Hussein. What did you find when you got there?
At that time, it was only Allah. It was only Allah who was taking care of us. When I reached Usainu, I discovered that he was seriously wounded because he was he was wounded on his head where they hit him, and he was bleeding seriously because the white t-shirt that he wore all was smeared with blood.
I am sending you a picture, so take a look at. Tell us whether that picture represents something that you saw that day.
That's him standing.
Does this picture depict what happened that day?
Afayaya. Ko. Yemen jenatalo bala. Kawle foyem fodum yemen jenatalo bala wulung aketa wole nyama banga benatalo bala nyami.
Membe ja baby jele tu.
Yes, what is on the picture is all part of what happened that day. Because the people here, Peters, Kemesen, and Keba Koli, and Mane, Guna Suso, and others, many people were there. There were many people.
Could you pass it to Ismaila to see whether he recognized this event?
Yes, this is how it happened.
Mr. Chair, we asked to tender this picture in evidence. Kindly send it to the chairman, and if you so admit, it would be Exhibit 184. So, you said when you got to the front, you saw that Hussein was injured on the head. And there was blood flowing down all over the collar of his shirt. Did you see other members of the UDP leadership?
Yes. Because me personally got into a struggle with them.
Tell us about it.
They hit me on my shoulder here. That's why even up to date, if the place becomes very cold, I cannot raise up my hand. It's just this place, but I can vow. But nobody should vow in a group. It is not safe. If you think you are brave, you believe in yourself, you might find somebody who is ahead of you.
So apart from being hit on the shoulder, were you hit anywhere else?
e bultu e busa nyoto jang fo ili paro do fanan kele ba
no mali par ko de karita
No, that was the only time they hit me.
mo bu kan de ngol ko mo la na mala fika dia mo bu kan de ba nende le ba kala al kiyama.
This is why I don't want to talk too much, because in certain circumstances, anybody who beats me, you will go straight to the next wall. Nobody beats me.
Who did you believe hit you that day? Who did you believe hit you that day?
ila ta ko jumale busa olungola ila ta ko jumale lipa olungola
malo ko me le ba
I don't know who hit me.
Was the person a para or not?
ba mari ni mu para di ban fo amanke para
Yes, it's a para. It's a para because
Did any of the paras die that day?
ko para soro ndela ba même fata olungola ba
yes,
Who?
juma
même fata wulung ya mari tolo ne ba ko juma.
jama wolon ko kala wakki wadu mo de nyaane ruusen no mo do
I don't know him because at that time my concern was about Hussein. I was just going towards Hussein when I had this person hit me on my shoulder. But me, I don't look backwards. I just went on.
And what happened after that?
After that, we were taken away. The vehicle that carried Hussein is the same vehicle that I boarded, where they put me. They took us to the PIU headquarters.
So how about the other leaders of the UDP?
UDP la alpha kota ngol
You said in the picture you saw Kemeseng, Femi Peters, Diba and others.
iko natalo nyindo ye Kemeseng je ye Femi Peters je
Yes.
iko natalo nyindo ye Kemeseng je ye Femi Peters je ye Diba je anendo kota ngol me alon ko UDP la kunu kumalla
Yes.
So do you know what happened to them?
ya na muna keta wol fanana ba
Kemeseng ya bara ma bulo to jana bulu ko kanja
Yes, Kemeseng was wounded on the back of his hand. Yes, on the back of his hand.
And the others?
do kota ngol no
Amin Jata Brikama yo fana bara ma ko
Amin Jata from Brikama was also wounded on his head.
Who else?
aninjuma aninjuma kota
wodo ne yo le bara man to lati mo mo
Among the team that I went with, these are the people
le parot e kamene lipa
whom I saw.
kamene lipa ba yele mambo bara akedi kontrol sifa
Some people were beaten, but they didn't sustain injuries which bled. People like me, I was beaten, but I didn't bleed.
At what location, at what point were you apprehended?
ye muda dingira jumal do
ya mudada na to abo kabo hafi shel kala jadi be misisin dawla wala so do
It was between Africell and Mrs. Ndau's school.
Lawla middle school
Between Africell and Mrs. Ndau's middle school in that area.
How about Hussein?
Usainu dum
ya wala le fono sam
They were the first people to be apprehended.
They
They were the first people apprehended. When he was put on board a vehicle, they didn't waste time.
What do you mean by that?
ilo koto muna dika ko ma waste time
ndol inara murna ndol fana ko dembe kala wala be kala ni don fale simbe fa bara be dawdo bi dawol
We also decided to follow him because we said, wherever Hussein is, that's where we are going, whether we die or not.
Did you run away?
way bori tale ba
abori
Run away? No.
How about the others?
do kota ngol dum
alko mo be mo do mo na interaje ndalo rembe mo ya mo je mo do le ndamte mo ba ko wala nyame
Well, we stayed at the place where we were standing before. And when the vehicle came back, it found us at the same place where they left us. That's when we were all packed and boarded the vehicle and left.
How could you describe to the commission how you got to be placed inside the vehicle?
sa kenyani sana no komisa wa itandi komisa wa ye ngani no muroko no nyani ye kenyani ye kele nyum nyadi muroko no fa isa itandi no komisa wala bang ye ke muroko no nyadi ne ke bulani muroko
awla
Ani isapite kande ye chikandi ke bulandi motoko no bang fo ye bulandi motoko no nyadi nyalema.
ari ka le pale kala lu moto ko wala be je sinya bika ye fay
Re mete faida mun de fon Yes, others were grabbed and thrown on board the vehicle, but me, I went into the vehicle by myself.
Didn't he say some were dragged and dumped into the vehicle like baskets, something like that?
Yes, he said people were grabbed and thrown on board the vehicle like cola nut baskets.
Thank you. And for you climbed the vehicle by yourself?
Yes. It was against my will to go on board the vehicle, but they were beating people and telling people to climb. And I didn't want to be beaten like the others, so this is why I decided to climb into the vehicle by myself.
At that time, did you receive any hits or you did not?
No.
And when you climbed in the vehicle, who did you find there? I
found Fakeba Koli on board the vehicle. Guna Suso and others. Plus Fanta Dabo, Usenu Dabo's daughter. I found all of them on board the vehicle.
How about
and another person from Kiang called Balankang. They were all on board that same vehicle.
How about Usainu? Was he in that vehicle?
No, Usainu had already left by then.
So, Ismaila, you decided to return to go and sit near Usainu's house. That trunk of a tree that was lying there. What happened after you got there?
I was sitting down there when the paras arrived again with their truck. Then they came out and told me to board the vehicle.
What did you do?
I asked them, what have I done? Because I didn't commit any crime.
And then?
They said, that's not true. Go, or you have to board the truck. I got up and stood. Somebody wanted to touch me. I told him, don't touch me with your hand. He retreated. There was another person standing by the vehicle. He also came after this one retreated, and he asked me, what do you say? I said to him, hey. That man told me, now let's help each other so that you can board this vehicle. So that was the time after I thought briefly, I decided to board the vehicle because I was at that point very angry. Then I boarded the vehicle. They took us to Kanifing.
Where in Kanifing?
Kanifing Dingirajuma, Yarsambadame.
Where the paras are.
Do you recall who you found in the vehicle?
I found a lot of people on board that vehicle.
Like who?
Muhammadu Fati was there. There was a lot of people because I don't know the names of most of them.
Were you in the same vehicle with Yaya Jammeh?
Later I'm into Motokono for Paralia. I found Yaya and Usainu at the Paras headquarters.
kindly tell us what happened when you arrived at the Paras headquarters?
Sinang afanya bang biring ini ye fudan di para na korda bara muna kita.
Biring fudan di je dia muta bangko kan jam oppositional meni bijam dia muta puruyem bule manso.
When we arrived at the Paras headquarters, a lot of people spoke there. Members of the opposition were demanding for our release, but the Paras refused. Other leaders decided to speak to them, but to no avail. Members of the human rights group also spoke.
But at the Paras place, did they ask you any questions?
Arallaw dingira nyindo je. Fo nyinin kar so dala ba yal nyinin ka men na bang.
Yes, we were questioned.
What were you asked?
Ye nyinin kar lilla.
When they asked me, I told them I am following Hussein because he called us to go and answer to him. Then I decided to go and answer to him.
Did they ask you which party you belong to?
Oye nyinin kala ba ite be oda party jumal to bang.
Ay nyinin karo kala bire nyinin kan ko diamo biri la diamo sia dan ko ha sai wala munam.
They spoke or they talked all about that. But when there was a lot of talk, I then said, okay, yes, that's the situation now. What do you want?
Ismaila, we want to know what you were asked.
Ismaila, illa ftallo na la nyinin ka nyinin kar lilla.
Ay nyinin karo men na wala mun yende ko. Ha ite be party jama to ko party o men de be woto ko. Ko ali party o men na mo man de be wo party.
When they asked me which party do you belong to, I told them the party that you are, the people of the party that you are fighting against, that's the party which I belong to.
And which party did you mention a party name?
A party yo to fo en nemba.
A berin ko tata metan ko ko. Nyinin karo sia dan ko ha sai wala be UDP munam.
After all that, when there was more talk and discussion there, I said, now, you people, what do you want? It's true. Now, I belong to the UDP party.
Did they tell you what crime you committed?
Oya fo en ne bang ite munna tinya luala karola bang.
Mawo fo.
No, they didn't tell me that.
Yeah, Jami, when you arrived at the PIU, what did you find?
Ya jani mete dum biri ifrata PIU la dingirado ye munna taraje.
No,
When we arrived at the venue,
around 6:30,
we arrived there around 6:30. There was a small room. 3 of those kind of rooms were there where they take us. They asked me. They asked you your name, surname, and your place of residence. And they finally asked you, which party do you belong to? Relative, I said yes. He said to me, if you are following Usainu, I said yes. He told me you are going to be taken to the prison. Just tell them that I am supporting Yaya Jammeh. So in the evening they are taking these people to prison so that when you say you are supporting Yaya Jammeh, they will release you as these people will be taken to the prison. I forgot his name. I forgot his name, but if I can remember his name, I would have told you his name. But up to now, I used to see him at a police station.
So, okay.
I told him, well, I will die, but I follow Usainu Dabo and Kemesen Jammeh. I will die, but I will never support Yaya Jammeh. That's impossible.
And what happened after that?
Well, after I told him that, he told me, okay, that's fine, go and sit down. In the evening, they will call your name, and you people are going to mile 2. Then I said to him, that's fine.
Half past 6.
Around 6:30, he came and stood at the door with a list. They called Usainu, Akeba Koli, and Femi Peters. They called Alhaji Modusane. They called Lamin Diba. They called Ismaila Sise. They called Modu Fati. Plus Ibrahim Sise.
Yes.
They asked me, they repeated the same question, truly speaking. Which party do you support? I told them, if we are really seeking for the truth, there is no other party in this country that I recognize except for the UDP party. That's the party I know, and that's the party I'm following.
And what did they say after that?
When I said that, they told me then all of you are going to mile 2. Then I told them, behind the next wall, there is no other wall behind the next wall. So whatever, I'm ready for it. There is no other living abode behind Al-Qiyamah. That means the next wall.
So eventually all of you got taken to mine.
Munda kwenye nyala bangalbe narnalbe kafunyoma yal samba kasubumbar.
Mbe samba mile to biri mfutandi man sambari mine yen samba confinement.
We were all taken to mile 2. After we arrived there, they didn't take us to remand. We were all taken to confinement.
Mbe samba yen dundi selo kono momo ye dundi selo kono.
We were all put in different cells.
When you arrived at mile 2, were you processed in any way?
Bring in yal friend the mile 2 4 sartol ya ikani nyame fo e tam kol tamandre o anyama la bampuru yal to safe yal kontongol osifal kal to safe al nal kontongol al sanjolu al bodular.
Yes.
When mile 2.
When we reached mile 2,
around upper 7 Mafandal Fitro Tambila Dumandi.
We arrived there around 7:30. It was just after the 7 o'clock prayers.
Samba Koma Dala Gana, Samba Kabdaman confinement number 5.
We were taken behind where they have the place called confinement number 5. When we were taken to that place,
and then the Momo cell, 1 man cell, 1 man cell.
We were all put in a 1-man cell. After
Nadam Kumandi.
And we were called again.
Following day, Nadam Kumandi Suto.
Following day, they called us at night.
One by one.
One by one.
Yeah, Kumandi.
They call you. Table like this was placed there. They put a black cloth. They hung it somewhere. And there was something written on this cloth. They made placards which were they made placards with ropes and they hang it on your neck and put the placard on your chest. And they are also black. They write your name on this placard and the cameraman stands in front of you. And by that time they would have asked your name and surname and your residence. After taking your photo, they will remove that placard from your neck. They'll tell the security to take you back to the cell where you were removed from. That's how they did it until we were all covered.
Ismaila, when you arrived at Mile 2, did they give you the opportunity? Lafita fem folaba.
Ako foi lafta fenne la jeba.
Lafita fenne la.
Daba. Alanga wala ko bini julo bulam kawala pour kan natal.
I said that
what I
thought initially, I became afraid because I thought that when that placard was placed on my neck, I thought that they were about to kill me. So that's where I became scared.
So Ismaila, when you arrived at Mile 2 and you were processed in the manner described, did they give you an opportunity to talk to a lawyer?
During ye for the Mile 2 ko yana membe tamanda yani be modula kasol ko nyi ya fa nyam ke do sa fe ni konton e bodlan fo ina na silo dilal bam pour yedi am lawyer e bam be lolé to yala
to nyala Mile 2 akole ata back.
Truly speaking, Mile 2 was hard.
Just answer the question.
I yinin kamen na lafto le yinin lafto ya jabi wolela. Wole nyinti ko biritel yo to safe o ke faw ye bandi alibala. Ina ta silo dilale pour ini lawyer ye dia mu bang.
My silo.
No, that didn't take place.
Did they tell you what crime you committed?
We are for fana yemuna tinya bang, yemuna tinya luala karola bang.
Mako.
They never told me that.
Did they take you before a judge?
We samba kiti tela fana nyati limola bang.
No, they didn't take us to.
I asked you the same questions. Were you told the crime you committed?
Haninga bi de fana be nyini ngalo nyini ngari kilo. Fo ya fo enda baite yemuna tinya luala karola bang.
No. Our things are not like that. Israeli is responsible for everything.
Did they give you the opportunity to speak to a lawyer?
We silo di la bang pour yedi am lawyer bang ite yaya.
No.
Did they take you before a judge?
We samba kiti tela fana nyati limola bang.
Except the day they took us all to court, myself, Hussein, and all the others.
And that would be weeks later.
Yes. In fact, it might be more than weeks.
So you were subsequently taken to court, Ismaila.
Ismaila ko ni nyala ba ni narana samba kitio la
Birien samba kitio la kitio duta labang inata kitio kundi ko insoron sangisa.
Yes, we were taken to court and the trial took place and it was very, very tough. But at the end of the trial, they convicted us saying that we have to go to prison for 3 years.
How did you feel when you heard the sentence, the conviction and the sentence?
Rio sorondiro nyin kankula ite o ko nyi yata nyaadi le fanfe
Bere sorondiro nyin kankula ntenga itandi la konko nko jojo e ko nkae sangisa bo me ko wonte to nyaati.
And after the announcement of this judgment, what I told the judge was that what you said is not true.
That's all you said, right?
Ronna kuma kango de yemen sufo
Ngawole kwa mbiringa bota wala koyo haniwo ngali soron sangisa.
Well, I said that to him, but even after that, he said, "Okay, that closes everything." But still, I maintain what I said. You are going to jail for 3 years.
And how did you receive the conviction and the sentence?
ita dum fana mbiri yen kibaro nyi moy ko yal soron sanjib saba kibaro nyi yata nyaadi le
What I did was to have faith in the Almighty Allah. That time, Yaya Jammeh was a wizard. Because Usainu appears to him as somebody who, if they bring beef steak meat in front of you and told you, here is meat for you to consume. Everything he was, he was responsible. He can do anything when it comes to Usainu. This is why I said, let's have faith in Allah. Whatever happens is what God has, is what Allah has destined.
Ismaila, you said that prison was very hard. Could you tell us about the conditions?
Ismaila, yen fo jam mole ko eko ka prison mile tu je ko leata bakele. Fo isi je la al halo ni sa fo no nyenda ba.
E atnan ko may tu koleata. Follow my tu domoro mambetea.
Why I said mile 2 was very hard. First of all, the food at mile 2 is very bad.
Mile 2 ladula mambetea.
The sleeping place at mile 2 is very bad.
Mile 2 gio mambetea.
Mile 2, the water available there is very bad.
Mile 2 ni sasata fangni boro di la boro bakaso.
Mile 2, even if you become sick and you need medicine, they don't give it to you. You cannot get it. Sometimes, in fact, they don't even provide food for us.
Is there anything in mile 2 that you found acceptable?
For fence of the mile 2 by the menja ko nyinde ikasonga nyinna jan.
Well, who can the Mosi son no men? Mosi son no ko menna miteo kujele mile 2 bang.
Sometime wato dodo je kai kibalo dinne ga hunye ko shi mama men kana alkana dom.
Sometimes they give us news. Somebody will come and inform us that the food they are going to bring for you, don't eat it. Saying that the dinner they are going to prepare for you, don't eat it. This my cell, the next cell to me, was somebody who was Masane Kinte's bodyguard from Yomi. He will talk to me as a bantamate and tell me, you Jaranka man, the food they are going to bring for you, don't eat it. I'll provide food for you. When they bring his dinner for him, he will tell them, take it to my Jaranka old man.
Why do you think he was telling you not to eat the prison food that was dished out for you?
Mune ya itela mira lodo mune ya sabu akawo foe ning atra kasura je yeni bo do morola ikana do mune ya sabu itela mira lodo
yalo mu alla masa kunda la ko walle yalo nka men faale jandron ko usenu ya jame amutala ko bifteko ama so do la ka do mo.
Well, that is the issue between the government and the opposition. Just like as I said about Usainu being somebody like beef steak meat, if Yaya Jammeh could have reached him, he would have eaten him. If Yaya could have laid hands on Usainu, he would have chewed him like peanuts.
But he had him.
But his intention was to make him suffer. And his followers. So that they can suffer anyway. That's what he was able to do. If anybody dies during the process, that's okay. If anybody survives that process, is okay.
Did any member of your group die while in prison?
Wado man aben in kaso kono je aldo nyol ko tangol fo mo so ndala men fora ni la je
na solo kurman fada jere de for ya operate.
Lokuruman was somebody who died because he was operated on.
Somebody ya father je ya operate.
He was taken to the hospital, he died there and he was operated.
Oh,
the sickness that killed him, I don't know.
Did any other member of the group die while you were in detention?
Oh, ning abara solo la fo mo ko ten do so ndala ba mem fata bang tembo men dalbe maroko
wala mu da mo ko
ah
ani
No, not anyone amongst us.
So as far as you were concerned, everything about prison was bad.
Munda tela londoro ite londo men soro je ku men bebe ka soro je abe mu ku le mala ku jawol mu ku kende
Masala.
Well, this is the ruler. The ruler's responsibility.
My question is
La nyinin karo momenti wala mnyinti ko ite ko membeje kasola kuti je membete ata
Ani.
yes, there's nothing good.
Adla membede.
Sleeping place is not good, the food is not good,
Sasa da fana.
and if you get sick,
Nesa bakili ni government o.
the clinic they have there,
Ika fo le boro ni kemendi le ka fo sleep.
the medicine, the medicine they provide for you in prison. Okay, the prison, even if you get sick, the medicine they provide for you are sleeping pills. Because if you make the mistake of drinking those pills, you will sleep the whole day without knowing anything. Even if your relatives bring good medicine for you, they will seize it from you.
Were you allowed visitors?
Weka sonne moli yana alikumpa boje bang.
Ah?
Ka sonne puru moli yana alikumpa bo.
Hademo.
No.
Ya wodi.
Muna wodi.
Nila mole boro sama na fo ye futa yitul ma fo ye tunda fo ko boro.
Ana be mem fo alibadi ngulu kasilo sotole puru yana kali jube alibenyame.
Ani.
No.
Ismaila, was it also the same for you? Were you allowed visitors or not?
Ismaila ifana na ko keta wala nyama imanso ibadi ngena jube jeba.
Man kan da mare nyini buka som moy futa mo.
It's not only me, they don't allow anybody to be visited.
So throughout your imprisonment, you did not receive any visitors. Is that what you suggested?
Amunta albenyina fo kanko allamuto uje obeko no ibuka som mo badi ngena jubeji.
Buka som moy futa ma do morite ku kotente ndi femfen nati pang ni amute la badi nguli e ka tali buka futandi dem.
We are not allowed visitors, and not only visitors. If your people bring anything for you, they don't allow it to reach you. They will seize it, and you will not be able to lay hands on it.
From the period of your arrest,
Abo wato me yali muta.
the time of your release,
Fokata wato me ibali bulala.
were you ever tortured?
Fo yali balo dimindi le kali tilimbali aji.
Ndede to nyato nyamali paro soto bari ngokole asoto domoro la karola ngatkole asoto minji wala karola ngokole asoto lagila.
Well, as for me, nobody tortured me. But the hardship I encountered was the food was bad, the sleeping place was bad, even the water in the prison is not good.
How about you, Yaya? Were you ever tortured at any point?
ya ita dum fo ina ne lipa jere ba
Alto.
Mile 2 or PIU?
waran don para la digira
Birin ni bende da le paroka da kele bla aballa.
The beating took place only at the point of arrest. But apart from that, nobody was beaten again.
Was any one of you ever taken to the NIA?
al kono je fo mo na soron de la bay men samba ena la digira ba
Ana maso.
No.
No, maso.
No, not amongst us.
Ismaila?
ismaila de dum
No, man da samba NIA da dula.
No, I was not taken to the NIA premises.
So you guys were tried and you were sentenced to 3 years.
mon dal to alla ka fo nyina tan dal kitindi yalla soron sanji saba
Was
Yes.
it all of you?
fal belem ba
They do.
All of us.
And how did you come to be released?
sila ngalla bulo nyinga nara na sababu nyaadi de
Birin Adam Baro birin karte faita Adam Baro wini tadurayum.
It was after the general elections when Adama Barrow won. That's the time when we were released.
Yeah, Jambe. How did you come to be released?
ya ita dum ila bulo nyinga sababu ta nyaadi de
Ha?
ila bulo nyinga sababu ta nyaadi de te
Wala ndole bula kala ndole kito kon ko na ko be jana. What house?
Well, it was the law that released us because during all what was going on, our case was at the courthouse.
Wala ndole bula da alama man ndole bula.
It was the law that released us, but not Adama. Yes.
Okay. But at the end of the day, you got released.
ara ko nyinya la mo be tilo nyala ba ina tan al bulale
Ismaila, how did you feel when you learned that you were going to go home?
Ismaila ita dum ina na nyun ko nyinya na ta nyadi de briya mo ko ibe sela sule.
Okay, biringa mo kombe saida suwa kono.
When I heard that I was going home,
Contant and seota because ngaja ko betoro men kono. Ala la titio kama tala de maro kan kabirin peres danganya from point.
well, I was happy and elated because the suffering I was encountering ended because another person has won as president of the nation. So this is how I was released to go home.
How many months did you serve?
Ale kari kari jellella.
Akaru sai ke kasot.
I spent 8 months at the jail.
And Yaya, how did you feel when you learned that you were going to be released?
Ya ita dum fana ya ko nyinta nyadi de briya en kibaro mo ko ibe bulala ibe sela su.
At the courthouse. Yes, I was very happy. Just as Cisse said, those who were on Usenu Dabo's side, people who were with Usenu were very thankful to Allah because we were in the middle of 2 things. Either we die or we will keep on suffering until we die at mile 2. These were the 2 things we were facing at mile 2. If we are able to see our family members every month, it's once.
So you are able to receive visitors, you are able to see your family members.
Munda e bari silo di alla pro alkal la dimbaya alkawli.
Yes, every month once.
Was it the same for you, Ismaila? Were you seeing family members?
Ismaila ita dum fana o fana ko kilin lamba.
Mo kilin na ta kanan yube birin wa bota wala karki.
Dimbaya.
Kilin na bota wala ko.
Yes, one person came to see me in 1 month, but apart from that, they don't allow.
O fangete kalo bunda to janna nimbe sirin janna le dia mu yal ite sonna le nakinyo.
In fact, the way it was done was somebody will be sitting away from you and you will just stand at a point where they will point for you. You will stand at that spot and this person talking to you will be away from you, maybe around the gate.
So, what was the impact of your arrest and imprisonment on you and your family, Ismail?
Ismaila silang ako ite nyimutaro nyimbing bring aketela. Ana ko nyinar na muna sababu iteto ani la dimbayalu la karola. Nyimbe.
Dimba la fanna de amon problem ke woto banda fon jaato la ay problem woto.
On the side of my family, there were no problems. But me personally, it gave me problems.
What problem?
Ay mun kole ya kulle di dafa unjaro.
Wose nying men benda ko na ay problemo so to maytu netena man nying problemo so nying problemo di tan na maytu newo bota na maytu ngano ma witin center ko kana jang ndada banjunu ye nying be bondinda ko no hanisa nying man poseno.
The problem I encountered at mile 2 was about my teeth, because when I was going there, when I went there, I got this toothache at mile 2, and it became serious at mile 2. So when I was released, they took all my tooth out from my mouth, but up to today, nothing has been placed back.
And those are the only problems you have.
Modronam kole akodi yemen takije.
Wala mkole akoti ngamentaki.
Yes, that's the hardship I encountered there.
What was the impact of your arrest and imprisonment?
Ya ita dum fana no nyimutaro nyinga ni sorondro menkeda la yemun kole akole sabu itama ifan kunne ani la dimbayal.
Yes, about the family, they didn't have any problems except that my son's schooling stopped because 8 months he was unable to go to school. So my other child, somebody helped him, a friend of mine. As far as he was unable to take care of his school fees, he helped him to get some sort of a work somewhere where the young man survived.
Thank you very much.
Apart from all that, no problems.
I have no further questions. Thank you very much, Nimba.
Lead counsel ko Al Nimbara.
Thank you very much, Council, and thank you, Mr. Ismail Assis and Ms. Yaya Jammeh, for coming to the commission to testify.
Chairman, lead counsel Numbara wo kola a telefonal Ismaila Sise ani Yaya Jammeh ako Al Nimbara ali sonta kana CDR la Trrc nyati.
You answered the call from your party executives to go and demand the whereabouts of Solo Sanding and his colleagues.
Munta altate danku kumandiro lela alla pati nyaton kola kumandiro andu memba ko ma wala nyinti pour isa long Solo Sanding abedamen wala ala ko be nyamento fo isa afreo sotono abalurin wala afaringo altata danku ndiro lela num. Yes.
What was your understanding of what Solo Sanding and his colleagues were demonstrating for?
Itela faham romu muneti je ka foko Solo Sanding anim mennu findita num katao balambaya la ilaw ye balambaya ya ke mun dalila le kan
For both of them. The question is for both of them.
almo flo be le nyininka Solo Sanding na la mul la finto pour katao balambaya la ya ke mun kan atella faham roto
andala pamuro ngame nge wala mo yinde ka banko bondi ya jamme bu kadum abetta girite ya bala banko.
Well, according as for me, my understanding is that this all took place just to take the country out of the hands of Yaya Jammeh, because he was somebody who was dictatorial. He was a dictator in the country.
Mr. Jammeh?
Mr. Jammeh, tell you. Well, what you said, what Ismail is true, because at that time, Yaya Jammeh was behaving just like a witch. Among? You can't manke? Yaya Jammeh didn't see anybody else in this country except Senu Dabo. He was unable to kill him. He was unable to do anything to him.
What I'm trying to understand is
somebody that Allah destines to survive will always survive. Jaman ko alafta men fahamula wala mnyinti ko.
You did not just answer a blind call, but you knew what Solo Sanding and his colleagues were demanding, electoral reform.
Manke ko alifintita doron purkate danku kumandiri kensa ngodamman. Bari wotumo Solo Sanding nala molube men nyininkan ko dalilo le mu dalilo ti meya ifintindi ko ila fita falimule la carte fayo Kenya to nyimbanko ka. Yes.
Thank you.
Nimba.
Commissioners, if you have any questions, please indicate. Otherwise, Mr. Nyame and Mr. Sise, if you have any concluding remarks to make, please go ahead.
Silang wairi komisionalu mo mali nyininka Mr. Jammeh and Mr. Sise atelefonalu alakumulu alibakum fala damen alafta mun kumale fola banko moli. As for us, except that our thanks all go to Allah and the young people of this country, we should try and unite. There's no place in this country, no corner where I didn't step foot. From Koina up to Bansang. This is a chairman sitting in front of us here, Lamin Sisi. But the time he was working with Kofi Annan, he used to come and meet us with his brother EACC at Bansang. I spent 10 years at Bansang. In Amadou Sane's compound. Juma Kafara Sane, he died in our presence there. This is why I'm able to cope with any kind of person, wherever we meet. Because all my childhood days were spent with other people apart from my relatives. So our prayers are for all of you people here. May Allah the Almighty protect all of us. Allah has the power to guard people. May Allah guard you people. May Allah create peace for you people and the ones behind you. May Allah protect the country from any type of hostilities or war. So we also, whatever we pray to God, may Allah make it easy and grant us our wishes. May Allah give us peace and tranquility. Yes, thanks to Allah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cisse.
Mr. Cisse, but I want to show the citizens of this country from Koina to Katong. Let's be very careful in this country. Let's take our country forward with care. Let's not allow a dictatorship to return into this country. That's what I have to tell the people.
Thank you, Allah barka kendeke. Ya jamme te ko Gambia lomba kele ka katon fo koina. Bari man ine man ta la to dame ya long. Ya fo ko ye toni kontong fale.
Well, Sisekunda people are my uncles because my mother's surname is Sise. This is why. Well, on your mother's side, those are the powerful people there. Well, there is childhood and there is elderly time. But a child sometimes stands in front of an elder. Okay. A child finds the elder alive. Nobody told you to increase Babili Manza in your name.
Thank you all. Thank you both very much indeed for coming to testify. We will meet tomorrow at 10 o'clock sharp. Thank you all very much.
Allah barakabat.
Allah. Tam. Pollo. Na cigaretto, Niris la paqueto, na baby kampadang kama, Consembo sabarot, tuolun sabarot, cigaretto, sisi jao, nyawa nyaro, pada koyo la jamigalo, cigaretto. Tata dawoda sisio bendala benyala ko ID card biriketo konko benante domorla sabaro benya ko domada oya bempalante sabarla luolun setotto somonda fosuto tata lapta no letto doktaro consiso ye na cigaretto, Niris la paqueto, na baby kampadang kama, Consembo sabarot, tuolun sabarot, cigaretto, sisi jao, nyawa nyaro, pada koyo la jamigalo. Ning kontanta sabata siata lafta bulala abulo mandia wakilo ketembe mbonyola sisio benju sodomokang lasio nombe ule sabakang ye luolun setoto somonda fosuto tata lapta no leto doktaro consiso ye na cigaretto, Niris la paqueto, na baby kampadang kama, Consembo sabarot, tuolun sabarot, cigaretto, sisi jao, nyawa nyaro, pada koyo la jamigalo.
jamono ji ñu tollu kenn ci ñoom warul sa bëggum góor ndax góor du buur yaa dañu wax ne ñeneen fukkaata juróom-benn ci gannaaw Gambia dafa ñëw nekk république ñu ne nit ñi ñoo moom réew mi seen baat ak seen doole mooy fal di folle nguur nañ gis ne réew mi lañ ñëw pour boole one Gambia one nation one people jarul dem ci mbedd mi jarul xulu jarul xeex
dëkk bi ñoo ko bokk moom du alalu bàyyu kenn kàttan ba koy na ñoo ngi ci biir bàyyi ñu kenn yàlla mooy tànnal nit ku ko neex def ko njiit su waxtoom jeexee mu abale nguur kenn du ko njiit xam-xam mooy doxal réew xam ngeen ne mos du doole bu la yàlla falee na nga falee néew di doole bu géej am fayda du benn mbokk yaa ngi jaawale wax ma ñaata fi ko ba kees jël sunu koppar raawale kenn mënuñu mbaamal we know what's up nekkuñ di nelaw na corruption bi dàqalu waay di dundee na leew dañ la tànn def la njiit ngir wóolu giñ la wóolu ngalabul topp sa intérêt si bopp bu dëkk bi nga tàng xam lu soo mel ne liggéey bor la ñàkk ko jëfee or la sa kàddu nang ko sàmm wax waxee waru la nañu bàyyi na xaate bii te di waxante dëgg sunu biir lu ñu naxari nañ ko kaas ndax doomi réew mi lañ fiir.
Now we don't have to stand alone. This place is what we call our home. So stand together, raise your voice. One Gambia, one Gambia. Whatever your last name may be, keep your pride 'cause you are free. All we need is you. One Gambia, one Gambia.
bu la kenn jiitu ci xare bi sa freedom yaa ko war a fight waruñu tënk ci lef bi rek wareef la nga xam sa right démocratie neex na lool waaye na ànd ak teggin mbaa yéen a ngi jëli fi may waxee yéen mu am teggin politique dafa tilim tënk cee suma loo mun a fete fexeel ba am ak ñëpp jàmm noonu la gën a rafetee ndax dañ na ëllëg du añ waaye lu mat di sedd borom nambal tànk yi fi nekkoon war nañu doy seede amatul toog faw ñu jokk mbokk dëkk bi ñoo ko bokk tànn njiit ajiwul ci xeet ute naak la ngeen foog tribalisme amu fi place gala bu ñu ko xëjal Gambia benn bopp la bu ñu ko kenn xaajal ba ñu ma koy ndamoo xeetam waaye ne interest yi dëkk bi jiitu patriote de tribaliste xanaa xelam juutu it's high time ñu booloo fata Gambie fen warul senn benn du bëre ñaaray bëre te ñaara amul benn.
Now we don't have to stand alone. This place is what we call our home. So stand together, raise your voice. One Gambia, one Gambia. Whatever your last name may be, keep your pride 'cause you are free. All we need is unity. One Gambia, one Gambia. If I wanna be what's expected of me, I gotta respect what the people believe. There's different tribes, different religions, there's different colors and ways of living. Sing one of me.
Say what, say
One
what?
Gambia.
Yeah, say what, say what?
Sing with me. One Gambia, one Gambia, one Gambia. We don't have to stand alone. This place is what we call our home. So stand together, raise your voice. One Gambia, one Gambia. Whatever your last name may be, keep your pride 'cause you are free. All we need is unity. One Gambia, one Gambia. We don't have to stand alone. This place is what we
Representing
call our
Gambia
home.
every
So
day,
stand
all
together,
day.
raise your voice. One Gambia, one Gambia.
high time you never been a
Whatever your
man.
last name may be,
Yeah,
keep
bàyyi
your
ma slaate di
pride
wax
'cause
ak
you
dëgg
are
suñu
free.
biir.
All we
Yeah.
need is unity.
dëgg nekkul jàng fa yenn way fanaan.
One Gambia.
Gambia, one nation.
It's Trrc life music.
Oh, nañu àndandoo liggéey réew mi ñun ndawi réew mi ñooy doole réew mi kon nañ ko gëmandoo fas jom nanga joobi ndax lu ñuy uti bitim réew am na fee tukki na minu le tekki na sa wërsëg yaay borom foo ne mu fekk la fi nga dëkk kon yow loo fi buggee fas jom nangoo liggéey rekk mu fekk la tekki tekki fii tekki fii tekki fii tekki fii lu ngay uti feneen am na fii job ci réew mi rekk a mekk ko fii li ngay uti feneen am na fii job ci réew mi rekk a mekk ko fii fila 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 yo fila 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 yo fila 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 yo fila 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 yo
Nañu besin suuf si napp si géej gi jàng métier yi boole ko jën ak jaay taximan welderman fisherman yi bul toog di xaar brahmaman teloman business woman mun nga tekki fee
fila 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 yo
bibi ko nen
fila 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 yo fila 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 yo fila 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 yo
Ligoden lady men yo Batinen lady men yo Danyen hamme lady men yo Ala de boyo gorko Kona fore wata jodo Gambia yara yeso
Tekki fii tekki fii tekki fii
Yo, on a kitchen soho, on a giri on a gillum boho. On a gullun sanki, teaching the doctori, at the banki, put on the dere, the bango do tamare, back to the land, I go to Yaha. On a giri on a sigi, Kosunja taketa, on a gulle on a sigi domeda. Duma Pasanto, Blolu Santo, once a meko, a mandarin Pungataje, Pokasije, Munabanku Doko.
Funding Kenya Wool from Musolia to Old City. Banco la Nato Tower, distant to the Tamanya. What does it unto the Tamanya? Take it, fee. Take it, fee. Take it, fee. I'm not feel Georgie Reumi, Rega make you feel Lingai Uti, Venen I'm not feel Georgie Reumi, Rega make you feel Fila, 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 fila.
Siolutema Yaliba Nteni Nobles Nadalia Madindula Ya Yolola Isofora Mamora Ajola Yamanika Isofora Mamora Afula Dasarahuli Kobabala Isofora
Oh,